My background is different. Does this mean that I've moved house? Yes, I've moved out, but I have not moved in. Still waiting for the new flat to be ready. Right now, me and Dan are living at his dad's house in Northampton. So now I no longer live in London. And all of my stuff is in storage. So there's not going to be a lot of physical items in this favourites video because it's all just locked up in a storeroom somewhere. So before we get into this favourites video, just two things. One, if you're going to Summer in the City, I will be there this weekend from Friday to Sunday, the whole weekend. I'm doing a few panels. I am not doing an official meet and greet, but I do have a merch stand and I will be tweeting whenever I'm going down there. I'm going to be there as much as I possibly can when I'm not doing panels or like eating food. So if you're interested in meeting me at Sitsi, that is the way to do it, to make sure you're following me on Twitter. And number two, I am taking a break. The only real breaks I've had this year from work and making videos have been when I'm in hospital and recovering from surgery, but next week I am proper taking a break, except to post this video. So I'm filming this in advance and this video will be going up during my break. But basically, what that means for you is that next week there's going to be no video. Not going on holiday, just going to be staying at my parents' house in Manchester, having a bit of a staycation. So that'll be nice. And I'm also going to try and be off social media for that time as well. By the time you're watching this, in theory, I'll already not be on social media except for tweeting the link to this video, and I'll be back on social media on Friday for Summer in the City. Yay! Okay, housekeeping over into the favourites video. First of all, books. And like I said, all of my stuff is in storage, so we've got no physical books. I've got two book recommendations for you this month. The first is Home Fire by Camilla Shamsi. It won the Women's Prize for Fiction, the Bailey's Prize. I actually got to go to the event, which was very cool. It was outside, it was a beautiful summer's day, there was lots of Bailey's cocktails, and Home Fire won, and it just so happened in my goodie bag I had Home Fire. So I was like, great, I'm going to read this. I really love this book. It was unlike anything that I've really read before. How does one describe Home Fire? About a group of Muslim siblings in London, except one of them then moves to America, but each chapter is told from a different character's perspective in the story, and it's about family, it's about betrayal, it's about love. I've been told it was based on Antigone, but I don't really know what Antigone is about. It wasn't until after I finished reading Home Fire that I then looked up the synopsis for Antigone. I was like, oh yeah, I can see how the inspiration worked here. But the premise is basically that these siblings, they are orphans and their dad was a jihadist and they don't know how or why he died really, and there's just a lot of secrets shrouding that. And then one of the other main characters in it is the son of the Home Secretary, who is also a Muslim man, and so there's loads of politics stuff in it as well, and I would just highly recommend this book. It won an award, so it must be good, but also it's super easy to read. Like, the writing is beautiful, but it's not inaccessible. And then the second book that I read in July was Banging Book Club's book Beauty Queens by Libba Bray, and I loved this book. It is so funny. The premise is that it's Lord of the Flies, but with beauty queens. Some teen beauty pageant contestants get stranded on an island when their plane crashes and they have to survive, but then the corporation have like a secret base on the island and there's like conspiracy stuff and politics, and it's super anti-capitalist, the book as well. Like, it's just very funny and you get to know all of the girls very well. I listened to the audiobook version of it, and if you're into audiobooks, I would highly recommend listening to this one because the author reads it and she does the voices of all the different girls. I did an Instagram live for Banging Book Club discussing this book, and I ended up doing my Miss Texas impression, which is like, all right now, teen dreamers, I'm Miss Texas. My name is Taylor Crystal Renee Hawkins. The pageant is the most important thing, and girls must be perfect. No, I'm so sorry. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that the audiobook is great because also each chapter is like broken up by adverts, and it's like listening to like a radio advert, and there's like jingles and music, and it's just very funny. And I have to say, this book is also incredibly good when it comes to representation and tackling a lot of those issues. So this book was just great. I loved it. So one of my biggest favourites from July was Hamilton. I finally got to go and see Hamilton. I originally had tickets to see it in December, but then I got horrifically ill and had to cancel those tickets and then rebook for 7 months later. And in my head, I was just thinking like, Hamilton is cursed. I'm never going to be able to go. And I was just waiting for myself to get really sick again, or like some emergency thing to happen, and I wouldn't be able to go see Hamilton again. But that didn't happen. So I went in completely blind. I hadn't listened to the soundtrack at all. I studied the American Revolution when I was in 6th form, but other than that, plot, no clue. Don't think I really learnt who Alexander Hamilton was. I'm sure a lot of Americans going into watching it had a better idea of the plot. So for me, it was just like, okay, I have no idea what's going to happen except for that, America win the war. That's about all I could remember. So went in completely blind and just loved it. My favourite actor in the London cast was the guy who plays Lafayette and Thomas Jefferson. He was just incredible and so funny and just so dynamic, and the way that he like moved his body, and I think he probably had one of the hardest raps to sing as well. Like the Lafayette one is really fast. And obviously since going to see it, I've now listened to the soundtrack a lot. It is the original Broadway cast. I think I prefer the King from the London cast to Jonathan Groff, even though I love Jonathan Groff, but the London cast King was just so funny. He like nailed his comedic timings in those songs, so it was great. And also just the dance numbers and like the swing and the ensemble and everything that they're doing like around, and also how the song Satisfied starts with that like rewind. I was like, not expecting that, but it was great and it worked. Definitely want to go see it again. Not sure when I'll get a chance to, but so good. So one of the things that I did in July was I relaunched my Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's where you can financially support creators that you like in return for like some perks and rewards and things. And so I've revamped mine. So now people who are patrons have access to a private Discord server, which is kind of like a Slack or like a chat room / forum, and can chat with each other and chat with me in there. And I have been loving this Discord server. There's like chats about mental health and like sex geeks, and then games and like books. It's a really awesome way to be able to like engage with you, and also for you to all engage with each other. So that's a Patreon thing. And then also one of the other things that I'm doing on there is I'm creating monthly like reading lists. Although it's not all reading, because sometimes it'll be like videos and like podcast episodes, but basically things that I have read or consumed in that month that I think may be of interest to you. Not in the same way as favourites videos, it'll be more like articles and think pieces and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're interested in that kind of thing and you want to support me, then I'll leave a link to my Patreon in the description. Okay, I also have some more games favourites from July. This one is actually super recent because it's basically been since we moved back here, because now we have access to Dan's computer, and so we can stream and we can play games on like different computers. So Dan has been teaching me Diablo, which I love. I am a barbarian called Genevieve and he is a wizard called Gary. I don't know how to describe that game. You're running around a map and you're fighting bad guys, basically, but there's like an overall story as well. So if you're interested in watching me and Dan play some games, I've been doing Twitch a bit more recently. And then the other gaming thing is not a game that I am playing, it's a game that I am watching. Yogscast have a poker night, and I'm just obsessed with watching their poker nights. They're all really bad at poker, so it's quite fun to watch. And then there's two of them who are in a separate room commentating on what's going on, and one of them really knows his shit about poker and like understands things, and it's so funny because he gets so angry. He's like, no, you should have folded, no, call him, he's got nothing, and they're just like yelling at them, but they can't hear what they're saying, and it's just fantastic. I love it. And I'm a big fan of Texas Hold'em as well. So it's just great because I'm just like, oh, there's people playing poker and I like poker. And then there's just people commentating on it and it's hilarious. It's just very funny seeing someone who understands how to play poker and what good poker is like, watching people who are bad at poker. Hilarity ensues. And then this favourite, I actually have the physical things because it's dresses. Oh my goodness. So I've got a few weddings this summer. It is finally happening in my life. People my age-ish are getting married. It's happening. 3 weddings this summer. But friends of mine go to like 7 or 8 weddings a year and I'm just like, good luck. So I needed some dresses to attend these weddings and I literally could not find anything. And then my friend was like, have you tried Joni Clothing? I think you would like Joni Clothing. And I went on their website and I was like, I'm in love with everything. This is my style. This is my love. I will buy clothes from Joni Clothing forever until the day I die. And then, because I'm a social media influencer and I'm really cheeky, I tweeted them being like, do they happen to have an affiliate link? And it turns out they do have an affiliate link, and they were kind enough to send me the pieces that I wanted. So the first dress I got was this yellow one, and I wore this to the first wedding we went to. Oh, so my walking stick is like red and orange and autumnal themed. And so I tried to get dresses that would like match with my walking stick. So this is all like lacy and it's cute and diddly-dee. And then I couldn't decide for the other dress between the yellow and the red. So I ended up getting both. But I love this. It's got these like cute little buttons down the middle and it's got pockets. Oh my God, look at those pockets. But yes, this is the red one. And then this is the yellow one. You'll probably see me wearing all of these dresses at summer in the city. And also in this UK heatwave that we're having, just having 1,000,001 summer dresses is pretty damn useful. I will leave my affiliate links to those dresses in the description. And that is it for my favorites video. I feel like this has been a lot shorter than usual, but it's because I don't have any physical things because I'm technically living out of a suitcase and all of my belongings are in storage. Yay! Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and let me know in the comments things that you have been enjoying this month, any recommendations that you have, and don't forget to subscribe because I make new videos every week except for next week because I'm taking a break. So I'll see you the week after. Bye!